What if I told you that our most ancient, most sacred books described outer space with stunning accuracy, thousands of years before humanity even knew the sky had a beyond? It sounds like science fiction, right? We think of space as a modern discovery, a frontier we only started exploring with telescopes and rockets. But what if the blueprint of the cosmos was written down long ago, waiting for us to finally understand? Stick with me, because we're about to journey back in time to uncover a truth that's literally out of this world. First, let's establish what modern science tells us about our place in the universe. For the longest time, humanity believed Earth was the center of everything. A flat disk maybe, held up by giant pillars, or resting on the back of a cosmic turtle. It was only in the last few centuries, with minds like Copernicus, Galileo, and later, Hubble, that the picture dramatically changed. We discovered Earth is a sphere, a planet. It's not the center of the universe. It's a tiny speck in a solar system, which itself is a tiny speck in the Milky Way galaxy. And our galaxy, it's just one of hundreds of billions, possibly trillions, of galaxies, all hurtling through a vast, expanding cosmic ocean. This universe is made of more than just what we can see. It's filled with mysterious dark matter and dark energy, forces that shape the very fabric of space-time. We now understand that Earth is floating. It's suspended in the vacuum of space, held in its orbit by the invisible force of gravity. This is a fundamental, mind-bending reality of modern astrophysics. It's a concept that required centuries of observation, mathematics, and technological advancement to prove. We needed powerful telescopes, space probes, and complex theories to even begin to grasp this cosmic architecture. So, how on earth could anyone have known this thousands of years ago? Let's turn to one of the oldest books in the Bible, the Book of Job. It's a text believed to have been written over 3,000 years ago, in a time when civilizations all around were concocting myths about the world being held up by gods or giant animals. Job 26-7 makes a simple, yet profoundly shocking, statement. He stretches out the north over the empty place. He hangs the earth on nothing. Let that sink in for a moment. He hangs the earth on nothing. This isn't a complex metaphor. It's a direct, physical description. There are no pillars. There's no giant holding it up. There's no cosmic ocean it's floating on. It's just hanging on nothing, in an empty place. This is a perfect, almost poetic description of Earth suspended in the vacuum of space. How could a writer, 3 millennia ago, describe our planet's situation with an accuracy that would only be confirmed by science in the modern era? They had no telescopes. They had no concept of gravity or the vacuum of space. Yet the words are there, plain as day, describing a scientific reality that was completely beyond the comprehension of their time. It's an astonishing piece of information, a scientific truth hidden in plain sight within an ancient spiritual text. But this isn't an isolated case. Let's travel from the ancient Near East to the deserts of Arabia and look at the Quran, a text revealed in the 7th century. The Quran speaks about the cosmos in ways that are equally fascinating. For example, in Surah Al-Mulk, chapter 67, verse 3, it says, "It is Allah who created 7 heavens, one above another." The verse continues, challenging the observer. You can see no fault in the creation of the Most Merciful. So look again. Do you see any rifts? Now, the term 7 heavens has been interpreted in many ways over the centuries. Some see it as purely spiritual realms. But many modern scholars, when looking at this through a scientific lens, see something else. The concept of heavens as multiple layers, one above the other, paints a picture of a structured, multi-layered universe. This isn't just a simple, single dome of a sky. It suggests depth, complexity, and realms beyond our immediate perception. Think about it in the context of modern cosmology. We talk about our atmosphere having different layers. We talk about our solar system, our galaxy clusters, and superclusters, all nested structures, one encompassing the other. Some theories in modern physics, like M-theory, even propose the existence of multiple dimensions, perhaps up to 11, existing parallel to our own. The Quran's description of layered cosmic realms, a structured universe beyond the visible sky, resonates powerfully with these modern ideas of a complex, multidimensional cosmos. It's not just a sky, it's a series of heavens, a structured creation. Again, this was written 1400 years ago, a time when the prevailing view of the cosmos was far, far simpler. The Quran is describing a universe of immense scale and intricate structure, a concept that science is only now beginning to fully map out. Let's use a real-life analogy to understand how incredible this is. Imagine a young child who has lived their entire life in a desert, hundreds of miles from any large body of water. They've never seen a picture of the ocean, never had it described to them. Then, one day, this child starts writing about a vast expanse of salty water, so big you can't see the other side. They describe waves that rise and fall, strange creatures with gills that live beneath the surface, and how the water is deep enough to swallow mountains. You'd be stunned. How could they possibly know this? You'd assume they must have gotten the information from somewhere, that it's impossible for them to have imagined it with such accuracy. This is precisely the situation we find ourselves in with these ancient texts. The writers of the Bible and the Quran were like that child in the desert. Their world, their observable reality, was limited. They had no scientific tools to see the Earth floating in a vacuum, or to conceptualize a multi-layered universe. Yet, they wrote it down. They described the ocean of space before anyone had ever built a ship to sail it. They spoke of a reality that was far, far bigger than the world they knew. It challenges the very notion that these were just men writing down their own ideas. It points towards a source of knowledge that transcends human experience and time. So, when we look up at the night sky, we're not just looking at a modern discovery. We are looking at a reality that was declared in ancient scriptures. Space isn't a new concept. It's an ancient one. Humanity is only now catching up. Our science finally validating the truths that were revealed thousands of years ago. The statement, "He hangs the earth on nothing," is no longer just a line of poetry. It's a statement of astronomical fact. The description of 7 heavens, one above another, is no longer just a mystical vision. It resonates with our modern understanding of a vast, structured cosmos. The evidence is compelling. These ancient books weren't just giving spiritual guidance, they were embedding profound truths about the physical nature of our universe, waiting for a time when humanity would have the scientific maturity to recognize them. It's a testament to the idea that faith and science are not enemies. In fact, they might be telling the exact same story, just in different languages. As our knowledge of the universe expands, we find that it doesn't contradict these ancient texts, but rather, it illuminates them, revealing a depth and wisdom we never knew was there. The cosmos, in all its glory, was declared long before it was discovered. If that surprised you, and you're curious to know more about what these ancient books really said about the cosmos, then make sure you watch my next video. We'll be diving deep into a topic that has puzzled scholars for centuries. The heavens, what ancient books really meant. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it.